If you thought every good idea has been rebooted, then you may have never heard of these.
I came to warn you.
Save it, grandfather. You know I don't go for that shit.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 forgotten first-person shooters.
Children, under your desks immediately and put your hands over your heads. Don't worry, everything will be...
For this list, we're looking at games that didn't really get the recognition they deserved in sales, or have since been forgotten in time amidst more iconic franchises.
USA is dominate. I am crying tears.
Number 10. Star Wars Republic Commando.
Good work, squad. I hope we don't run across more of those anytime soon.
Star Wars games have been a mixed bag when it comes to popularity, and this one wasn't. Possibly due to its conspicuous lack of Jedi, or due to the fact that it was a spin-off of Attack of the Clones. It certainly wasn't due to the excellent and fast-paced tactical gameplay, which put you in control of the Delta Squad, a team of elite clone troopers.
Take offensive formation.
Roger that.
As much fun as it is to use the Force, this game proved that you didn't need lightsabers to have a sweet Star Wars experience, with awesome guns like the DC-17 interchangeable weapon system proved. Number 9. Bulletstorm.
Warning, airlock safeties released.
Hey, third bounty hunter this week.
This game didn't sell particularly well, but we know better than to trust the opinions of the general public too much.
Any booze left on this ship?
Nope. But there is paint thinner in the storage bay.
Developer People Can Fly was so open about marketing this unconventional shooter as the antithesis to Call of Duty that they made a hilarious parody game called Duty Calls to help promote their game.
Boring. Rank up. Master Sergeant Shooter Person.
But unfortunately, most gamers were uninterested in upending the status quo. And they missed out, as the game's vulgar humor was peerless, and the skill shot system rewarded our violent creativity and gave you legitimate reasons to play through multiple times. Number 8. Clive Barker's Undying.
I saw their leader holding a strange stone over his head, yelling weird words in a strange tongue.
The titular artist who designed this game and voiced the character Ambrose is a best-selling horror novelist, but apparently his name didn't carry too much clout into the gaming world.
This family's had so much tragedy.
Way ahead of its time, you do a lot more than shoot, like use cool spells like Scry, which allows you to see things that are either invisible or took place in the past. You'll also need whatever help you can get, because the terrifying story has you fight supernatural powers, like the evil Undying King.
This house still hides many secrets. I'm counting on you to reveal them and put an end to this mess.
Number 7. Prey.
Worst Indian casino ever.
This unique shooter brought innovation into a genre that gets accused of being stale. Unfortunately, as this game's lack of staying power proved, most people prefer their shooters tried and true.
Oh my god, no! No!
That's too bad for them, because Prey was thinking with portals long before Portal was ever thought up.
That felt weird.
Not only did it contain reality-bending effects, but the spirit walk mechanic and the lack of true in-game death meant there was a lot of fresh ideas packed into what seemed like a very generic shooter on the surface. Number 6. Shogo Mobile Armored Division. Shogo was an anime-influenced shooter that had you running around both on foot and in a giant mech, with both controlling almost identically. It's a shame it wasn't more of a hit, because on top of the beautifully looking visuals, there really wasn't anything else out there that let you stomp around a city in a giant robot and still feel fast and fluid while you did it. Maybe the art style didn't resonate with Western gamers, but who doesn't like blowing stuff up in giant robots? That never goes out of style. Number 5. Sin. This futuristic cop game brought a host of features to the table that were uncommon for the time, such as non-linear gameplay, highly interactive environments, and the potential to knock an enemy's gun from his hand. It also brought in a lot of stuff we consider to be genre tropes today: turret sections, the voice in your head NPC telling you where to go, and unique death animations.
JC, can you open that thing?
I'm working on it, Blade.
Sin had the unfortunate fate of being released at the same time as Half-Life. And unfortunately, the realistic tone it did so well was overshadowed considerably by its harsh competition. Number 4. Kingpin, Life of Crime.
I will fucking end you.
Fucking whore. Fucking piece of
Next up is another game that was unlucky with its release date. The violent shooter with a dystopian setting hit the shelves soon after the Columbine shooting, and a lot of politicians and lobbyists jumped on it due to its graphic and vulgar nature.
What's the motherfucking count?
Leading to it not even actually hitting the shelves at certain retailers.
What the f you doing back here?
It's not like Kingpin didn't deserve its reputation though.
Turn the f around.
It really was violent as was one of the first games to feature fully voiced F-bombs and had a real-world setting that was begging for controversy. Well, mission accomplished.
Now keep your f***ing ass out of Poisonville, you
Yeah.
Number 3. Tron 2.0.
Now that you've been digitized, you can think of me as your tour guide to the world inside the computer.
Until Tron Legacy came out, this was the only sequel to the cult flick, and it's so good that we would have been fine having the franchise just end there. But, just like the original film, the sales were poor. This game almost had too many cool ideas to list. The disc-throwing combat, the light cycle races, the wicked weapon animations, everything was new and fresh for the genre. Plus, being set inside a computer offered some really cool scenarios, like when you have to run from a slowly advancing wall of destruction as the hard drive that you find yourself on is being formatted.
Oh, certainly. Sorry, just a few more moments.
Number 2. Blood. I'll be first to admit it, this game gave me the creeps.
I live again.
True to its name, it features plenty of violence, but it's how you enact said violence that was the most noteworthy. Instead of just your standard pistol, shotgun, machine gun bag of weapons, you also had a pitchfork for stabbing, a flare gun for lighting dudes on fire, and a voodoo doll for enacting otherworldly pain. Blood was freaky, weird, and more violent than almost anything we'd ever seen before, permanently scarring our tender brains for years to come.
Out, damn spot.
Before we get to our number 1, let's take a look at some honorable mentions.
Show yourself.
Number 1. No One Lives Forever 2, A Spy in Harm's Way.
If I'm not back in an hour, clear out and contact headquarters.
Despite the title's sharp wit, it unfortunately doesn't get the respect it deserves. It parodies classic secret agent films, and upends the formula by featuring a female protagonist, the beautiful super spy Kate Archer.
Wish me luck.
A super spy named Archer, who'd have thought? She has to stop a group of criminals known as H.A.R.M, or H.A.R.M. And like any good spy movie, you'll travel the globe, go to exotic locations, and use a ton of cool gadgets along the way.
Say hello to the Mark 7 mechanized miner bird.
You may play as a woman, but honestly, this is the closest thing to a good James Bond game as we've ever seen, and that includes a certain N64 classic.
I need a drink.
Chances are there's a gem of a first-person shooter that we don't know about, so let us know which diamonds in the rough we should be looking out for, and for more underrated top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Funny thing though, the more I saw, the more I believe there are forces beyond our control.